rugged buttes to rolling hills, timed races to spins around the neighborhood, North Dakota has become one of the top states for cycling. Thank you for joining KX News as we talk with various professionals about cycling's growing popularity, the health benefits it provides, and opportunities for involvement no matter your age or ability. A Life Cycle, a KX Town Hall, starts now. Here are your hosts, Brooke Williams and Nicholas Qualley.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for our latest KX Town Hall.
As the weather finally gets warmer, we'll see more and more of our fellow North Dakotans get outside and enjoy the nice weather as much as possible. One of the many outdoor activities they'll be enjoying is cycling.
And that's what we'll focus on today, in addition to the Race Across America, a fundraiser for Gaia Home. But first, let's meet our panelists. DJ
Kramer is the general manager for 701 Cycle and Sport. He's also the title sponsor for Love, Sweat, and Gears.
Marvin Lean is the CEO of Mid-Dakota Clinic and founder of the Me First, and he's also a Love, Sweat, and Gears team mechanic.
And Melanie Carvel is a racer for Love, Sweat, and Gears and a Gaia Giving Campaign Committee member. She's been part of the Bismarck-Mandan cycling community for more than 35 years. Thank you to all of you for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So let's start by having you talk about your respective organizations. Marvin, you want to start?
Yeah, Me First is a brand in our community that was started about 7 years ago now, and a number of the folks on this podium here are members of that group. They are individuals who voluntarily choose to exercise a healthy, active lifestyle and be an example in the community to others for engaging in that lifestyle as well. So you may see their Me First branded kit on group rides, runs in the community, and other outdoor activities.
Hi, I'm Melanie, and it's been so fun to see group cycling grow in Bismarck since I started many years ago. I worked for several years for Stanford Health, and I'm a physical therapist by background, and now have a couple fun jobs. And one of them is working at 701, where I help people get fit to their bike. And hopefully that helps make their ride more comfortable and more effective. And I'm also really proud to be on the team that's racing across America to raise awareness and try to get the first hospice home built in our community.
Yeah, I'm DJ from 701 Cycle and Sport, the general manager. We've been servicing and equipping people in the community as a bike shop for 20 years almost now, next February, and we just love being a part of the biking community. Yeah.
And Marvin, I want to start with you because you've been dubbed the ambassador for cycling. So tell us.
No pressure, no pressure.
Is cycling an activity for everyone? And specifically, if you are an adult who has never learned how to ride a bike, how do you start as an adult?
Well, Wednesday night group rides is a perfect place to start. And we, at 6 o'clock or thereabouts, we take off from 701 Cycle and Sport parking lot. We do 45 minutes to an hour ride. And this is for individuals who are new to cycling. Maybe they haven't cycled in a while. Those individuals who feel like maybe they've got an old piece of equipment, a bike, and they don't necessarily want to take it on a Hammerfest group ride, gives them an opportunity to come together and experience that either initiation into cycling or that return to cycling. Wednesday nights, 6 p.m., 701 parking lot.
All right, noted.
Now, DJ, like golf, you wouldn't use a driver to putt. So there's a lot of different clubs for a lot of different functions. So
yeah.
Are there different bikes for different types of riding?
Yeah, so yeah, Melanie and the crew are on race machines. They're built for speed and the road. They're really high-tech pieces of equipment, but they range in beginner levels to expert. At the shop, we've got all categories from mountain to commuter to hybrid, e-bikes, road bikes, gravel bikes. There's a lot, yeah. Kids' bikes too.
Sure. And what is the typical cost on let's say, a starter bike for an adult, would you say?
Yeah, so starting off, you're going to look at a budget of about $700. And then the price goes up there depending on the quality of components that it comes with and what you want to get out of the bike.
Okay.
So Melanie, as an avid cyclist, what are some of the bike paths that we have here in town? And if you're cycling near the road, what do you need to be aware of?
Right, well, safety is always a big concern, and our small town has gotten a lot bigger, and traffic has gotten a little bit more challenging too, but we're so lucky that our city Parks and Rec has developed this amazing asphalt trail. I mean, there's over 200 miles of paved trails between Bismarck and Mandan, And then we also have just a plethora of gravel roads that you can ride on, as well as mountain bike paths. There's a mountain bike race series coming up starting on May 31st, and many of these races are low cost or even no cost. So their Tuesday night rides are starting, and I think it's so fun because they move all around the city. The first race is at Sleepy Hollow, but then Sunset Park, and just taking you all the way from Fort Lincoln to the Adventist Academy north of town. And it's such a fun way to get together and have that group support, because we know that connecting with others is the most powerful route to health and to fitness too. I mean, even teaming up with one other person, you're going to be twice as likely to work out, and to work out at a intensity that's much harder than if you would go it alone. So there's just so many opportunities to connect.
All right, talk about the accessibility of biking here in Bismarck and around the state. Is it something where you can go pretty straight for a long time without having to take kind of, I guess for lack of a better term, an unseemly path?
Well, as Melanie noted, there are all types of cycling. You've got your neighborhood paths, take the family out with the stroller and the dog, and that's a great way to get into cycling. Explore the community paths, north, south, east, west, Mandan. Like Melanie said, this community is so packed with opportunities to stay off traffic ways, stay off on paved roads, and get the family or you and a colleague or some friends out riding. Our group rides on Tuesdays and Thursdays actually go south of town and north of town, so we are out of the high traffic areas. And as a group, that's a little safer riding together. You're seen on the roads. But also, again, the mountain bike paths around here are terrific, well-traveled, well-maintained, and all levels of loops that you can ride, whether you're a starter or you've been riding mountain bike for 10, 15 years.
And if I could follow up on that, what has been the demand for bike accessibility as far as riding with traffic recently?
Our group rides continue to grow every Tuesday and Thursday, which is a dedicated group ride. And the Wednesday night rides are getting bigger and more packed. And we do a combination of paths and just community, neighborhood streets and so on and so forth. So I think this community is extraordinarily open to cyclists and to riders, and even those on the roadways. We hear the horror stories about close calls, and maybe those in automobiles aren't quite as open to the concept. But on the other hand, we moved here from West Coast, which is sort of a cycling mecca. And I found that the community and those in the neighborhood are very open to allowing us to recreate, have fun, and enjoy this activity.
My Day, sponsored by Sundry Sand and Gravel.
Meow Mix Tasty Layers. crunchy, and meaty textures with a mouth-watering gravy coating. Meow Mix Tasty Layers, the only one cats ask for by name.
Welcome back to our KX Town Hall.
Now, DJ, we want to talk a little bit about health and safety when you're out cycling. So can you tell us what is some equipment that you need in order to protect yourself when you're out riding?
Yeah, so the basics, obviously you want a helmet. There's quite a few options out there for styles and things like that, different technologies built into the helmets. But a helmet is a great place to start. A lot of people like to wear gloves. And then lights. Lights are kind of the one thing that are forgotten a lot. They come with, a lot of bikes come with reflectors, which are great. But lights can flash and they're a lot brighter to get people's attention. And we've got a long list of stuff to accessorize and make it unique for the rider, but those are the three that I always start with.
And because you own a business and the nature of what you do, what are some of the more hesitancies people have as far as when they're looking to invest in bicycling? Is it buying a helmet? Is it spending too much money?
Yeah, I mean, the startup cost is somewhat up there for some people. So to get those extra safety features can be a bit of a hurdle for some, but when you think about just the long-term investment that you're making in your health, it's fun, you're going to have a great time. The more you can invest right away, the longer it's going to last and the more enjoyable it will be and the safer. So that's where we kind of try and help people shift their mindset a little bit. And we're usually pretty successful, but it can be a hurdle for some, but I think it's worth it, definitely.
Now, is there an age limit to cycling? Is there an age that's too young or an age that's too old to really get out and cycle?
Oh, I think that's the beauty of it, right? We can start by being an example to our little ones and to our kids. There is a mountain bike group called Missouri River Rippers that is designed especially for getting youngsters out all the way up through, I think, middle school or high school. So I don't think you're ever can be too young. You can get those 2-year-olds out on the Strider bikes and then kind of move forward from there. And just a great way for them to get used to wearing a helmet. I know my 4-year-old, 3-year-old, and 2-year-old granddaughters all have their bikes, some with training wheels, some with Strider bikes. They all are used to wearing their helmets by the time they're little people. And of course, it's one of the best things that we can do as we grow older as well, right? It's a great workout, but at the same time, it's low impact. And so cycling can be something that really anyone and everyone can do at whatever level they choose, whether it's indoors in a cycling class. I teach indoor cycling for the YMCA, or it's one of the other ways of getting out and about outside. So there's just opportunity for everyone.
Now, you had mentioned it earlier, there are some adults that have never been on a bike before. Like the saying is, it's like getting back on a bike. Well, some people say, oh, I've never been on a bike. So what kind of resources are there in our area for adults who might see this tonight and go, oh, that sounds like fun, but you don't have someone behind you to kind of let you go.
Right. I think a great place to start is indoors. There's several different fitness centers in town that have indoor group cycling. And I've recruited, I don't know how many people from the indoor cycles that I teach, just telling them, gosh, you're strong, look at how much strength you've gained. Have you ever considered taking this out on the open road? Do you want to borrow my gravel bike and try it out first? Do you want to meet me at the shop and we can look at some bikes? So it's, I think you'll find that this community has so many people like DJ, like Marvin, who are willing to be mentors and willing to take someone else along. You'll see it at the races where maybe somebody who crosses the finish line first, the first thing they do is loop around to see how other people are doing. If they can get them hooked, if they can encourage them, there's just so many mentors out there willing to help.
Now, Marvin, obviously I can tell all of you enjoy cycling, but can you talk to us a little bit about the health benefits of cycling?
Cardiovascular, musculoskeletal. You don't have to hammer it, as we say, in the cycling community when we ride hard, and we ride hard as a group. But there's also the mental aspect of being out there in nature, and it's particularly if you get out on the paths and you get out of town and you look around, you see the seasons. Some of us try to ride for the winter season even. It's a great way to disconnect from the rest of your life and combine that physical activity with that mental health as well.
Very good. All right, now through the magic of television, DJ and I are going to summarize some of what we just explained to you as far as equipment, how to get started, and a lot more. Here you go. Well, as promised, here we are down at the shop here. We're here again with DJ. So I walk in, I'm not really sure what I'm getting myself into. So what's the first thing you want to hear from a customer?
Yeah, so first thing I want to learn from you is where you're going to be riding your bike, what kind of riding you want to do. Are you going to be off-road, on-road? What's your experience level? And how much you were hoping to spend. That way I can kind of get a ballpark idea of what type of bikes I'm going to show you next.
Tell me about the importance of the right kind of helmet.
Yeah, so the helmet is going to be mostly dictated by your average speed. So people like road cyclists who are out there, like Marvin, going high speeds, 20 plus miles an hour on average. You want something that's rated a little bit higher than like your standard granny cruising on the comfort bike. There's going to be some more technology, some more ventilation in a helmet that Marvin's wearing versus your grandma who's just on the bike path on her beach cruiser. So there's two spectrums kind of there, and then there's everything in between. We'll cover different categories of biking like mountain biking, gravel, kids helmets, comfort type helmets as well.
How about clothing?
Yeah, clothing, you got kind of two main camps. You got the Lycra tight camp, and then you got the baggy short mountain biker. So we fill both those needs. We've got the tights, we've got the shorts and jerseys for both areas, and that's mostly dictated by what type of riding you're doing.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And we're winding up the month of May, so people want to get in their bikes for this season to get repaired, get tuned up. What's the schedule looking like?
Yeah, right now we are fairly caught up, but that kind of ebbs and flows through the summer. And right now we are sitting at about 7 to 10 days on service time, which is pretty good for right now. Normally we're more at 2 weeks, and it can get up to 4 weeks when we get really busy. But we try and get through those as quick as we can. We have other walk-in service options as well. If you just need a tube change, we can do that in 5 minutes.
Well, we heard the phone ring, so that's a good sign.
To let you know how to prepare for the day ahead.
To give you the most accurate forecast.
Anytime, on any screen.
We'll give you the latest road reports.
We'll let you know what's been canceled.
We'll be here to keep you safe.
Your KX Storm Team, putting North Dakota's weather first.
Welcome back to our KX Town Hall Life Cycle.
Now, some people are racing in a race across America next month, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. The Race Across America is the toughest endurance event in the world. We start in California, Oceanside, California, on June 18th. Take advantage of the longest days of the year because then we'll pedal through the night and day. We hope to finish in Annapolis, Maryland about a week later. It's 3,089 miles going over, the Rockies and the Alleghenies and the Appalachians and 12 states. And we've been coached by a coach out of Colorado who has done RAM herself and is really providing us with great individual and group coaching as well. And just this past weekend, we did a practice run at doing a 24-hour ride. So we came out of it pretty tired and kind of sobered and maybe humble and part excited and part terrified. But I'm sure, with all the help that we have, we'll make it through.
And the North Dakota team is using the race as a fundraiser for Gaia Home. So can you talk to us a little bit about Gaia Home and why is it so important to you?
Right. Well, end-of-life care has always been something that I've been passionate about, and I've lost both my parents in the last decade, and it means a lot to me to have a cause like this to ride for, and it was really probably the tipping point for me in agreeing to do it because of the cause. So when my mom died, it was less than an ideal experience, and so I'm passionate about it because I love the concept of Gaia Home, giving families and patients a comfortable place that is rooted in compassion, rooted in dignity, and can make this tough passage, this tough part of life, easier for both the patients and the family. Right now, there isn't any place in Bismarck or in North Dakota where people can go through this end-of-life journey in a true home-like setting. So this enclave of residential units will allow families to gather with their loved one and be comfortable and be supported with hospice care in that end of life.
And as that's progressing, if people can't ride, how can they get involved?
Right. They can get involved in our silent auction. They can go to lovesweatandgears.net. That's the name of our team. And there's 4 of us riding, but it's really a whole community that's behind us. We have a crew. Marvin, for instance, is our mechanic. So he was up all night this last week to helping us. But we have a crew, we have a bike shop that's supporting us. And it will take our whole community to get Gaia Home built as well. So, it's a lot of people that are behind us that are really going to make it work.
And DJ, you're providing support as a sponsor. Can you talk to us a little bit about why you wanted to do that and get involved?
Yeah, well, not only are these ladies just awesome people, and we love to support them in all their endeavors as team members, but we think it's a really great, unique opportunity to offer something that this community doesn't have. And there's just a great group of people behind it that we believe in, so we wanted to be a part of that and support in any way we could. So we've donated and we've helped get their bikes ready, hosted events, so we're super pleased and happy to support them.
Marvin, same question. Why did you get involved?
Yeah, Executive Director of Gaia Home, Kylie Harmon, paid Mid-Dakota Clinic a visit several months ago now, and through that visit, that presentation to our physician staff, I became aware of the team that's behind that effort to provide something unique in the extension of healthcare environment in our community that we don't have now. I'm very proud of the fact that she and her board have put together a strong foundation, a great group of individuals who are driving this forward. And I'm just delighted to be a part of that effort, part of that goal.
And can people still participate in the race? Can they still sign up and take part?
Well, the race itself, just if you're on the team. So the race isn't a virtual event, although they can ride at home to support us if they want. But we'll be the ones doing the riding, starting in California and finishing in Maryland. And thanks to you as our media sponsor for that's probably the question I get most other than like, are you crazy? You know? The second question after are you crazy is how can we follow you? So we're really grateful for community partners like you too that are going to, you know, have the opportunity on the morning show or whenever it might be to let people know, like, well, they're in Death Valley right now. Let's hope they make it out of there alive, you know, or follow us along the way.
So people can track your progress as you're at the race.
Yes, thanks to you guys. So we appreciate that.
So to kind of summarize, obviously not everybody watching is going to be able to go on such a long race. So kind of going back to where we started, let's summarize. People want to start, how do they do it on a bike?
Yeah, I'd say get plugged in with people who are in it right now. We're always super excited and welcoming at the shop to help people get started. So we have tons of friends in it. So you just ask us, hey, what do I need? Where can I meet you to learn? There's, like Marv said, group rides every week. We have at the shop, we put on mountain bike group rides for men specifically and women on separate nights, Wednesday and Thursdays at 6. We post those on our Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel where we're trying to teach people beginner tricks on working on their bikes, so you can see that. Hiro's our service manager, does a great job with those videos. So we're trying to just be a resource for people, and they can call and ask or visit anytime.
And Melanie, for someone who hasn't been involved in cycling before, why would you encourage them to take part?
You know, I think that's why there are so many mentors, because we realize all the benefits we've received from cycling, all the opportunities. You know, big events are always fun, but really it's about the training. It's about the everyday and those benefits that Marvin was talking about as well. You know, when you lean into your vulnerabilities or things that are tough and maybe involve some discomfort, you really can grow from that. And so there's so many people who are willing to try to help you with that experience as well. And getting connected again is great. Melissa Marquardt from 701 is leading a group on Monday nights called Ride Like a Girl. So women only mountain bike riding. So you get a chance to come out in a really supportive supportive arena to practice those things. So there's so many people willing to help.
And with the little bit of time we have remaining, Marvin, what would you say to get people involved in cycling?
With today's technology called Facebook, go to Bizman Group Cycling on Facebook. Yeah. And we publish all of these rides, no matter the level. There's something for everyone. You can ask questions, you can messenger the administrators of these pages, and they can steer you in the right direction.
There you have it.
Well, thank you all for joining us and providing us advice on something not a lot of us know too much about, and getting people passionate about it like you are. And thank you for joining us for this KX News Town Hall.
We'll see you later tonight for KX News at 9 and 10.